So for Ruby Freeman, $16 million for defamation. Also for Ruby Freeman, $20 million for emotional distress. For Shay Moss, $16 million for defamation. I'm approximating here. For emotional distress for Shay Moss, $20 million. And then on top of that, $75 million in punitive damages. Do I have that right?
That is what I'm seeing as well as our reporting at this time. One of the things to remember here is that punitive damages can skyrocket in cases like this. They are something that really the jury has a lot of breath to go with. Although there are laws that say it can't go more than 3 or 4 times the amount in the other damages that are assessed. But this is more than $148 million. That's an astonishing amount of money, and this is against one man. This is Rudy Giuliani, a person, not a company, not a group of people, one person for the statements that he made after the 2020 election. One man who almost single-handedly ruined the reputations and lives of these 2 women, we should say, that I know you know. So again, this is the lawyers originally asked for $48 million for Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, and they ultimately got $148 million. Really shocking. Let me bring in Evan Pettis now. Evan, really, I guess not surprising in one sense that the jury was asked to send a message to these election liars who are so careless and reckless, not only with the truth, but with the reputations of innocent individuals like these 2 election workers, one of whom was just a volunteer. But that is an astounding figure. I'm not sure that it will hold up on appeal, but it is an astounding figure, $148 million for the 2 of them.
It truly is, Jake. And one of the things that, look, one of the things about the American system, right, there's a lot of criticism about our system, but one of the things is that you can go to court and put a number on the cost of these lies that Rudy Giuliani and Sidney Powell and Donald Trump and everybody around them were parroting and were frankly just using as a cudgel against not only Ruby Freeman but against so many other people in the wake of the former president's losing the election in 2020. And what this does is that you have a jury that has actually put a number to that cost, just in the case of Rudy Giuliani, and in this case, it's just over $148 million is what the cost of that is. And look, I mean, the 2 women there testified to the January 6th committee. They testified to this court. They've told their story of what this cost them. They can't go to the store without being fearful. They've gotten all these threats. You've heard some of those awful threats, the audio of some of those threats that they received. And they're not alone, right? Because the other thing is that this case is just a small reminder of the threats that are being felt by election workers, by state officials, by people around the country. Anyone who was associated with elections has been on the receiving end of these types of threats, and people have to fear for their lives. And so some people, in this case, these 2 women, have decided that they are going to court and fight back. And the cost that we now know from a jury that comes with that is $148 million. I can read you just another summation of these numbers. For defamation, for Ruby Freeman, $16.1 million. For Shay Moss, for just under $17 million. Emotional distress for Ruby Freeman, $20 million, and $20 million also for Shay Moss. And then the punitive damages altogether $75 million, according to this jury here in Washington. And so put together, again, $148 million, something that Rudy Giuliani has publicly said in various other litigation. He doesn't have the money to pay. We know that Jake has put on the market some of his real estate. He had real estate in New York and Florida that he has been trying to sell. All, of course, in the middle of some other messy financial dealings that Rudy has had. He was trying to get rid of some other assets because of a rather messy personal life that he's had over the last few years. So altogether, the question is how much of these two women will be able to recover to try to mend the damage that has been done. It's not clear. It's going to be one of the things that happens now is that, Jake, these two ladies are going to have to hire lawyers to go chase after these assets around the country, wherever Rudy has